But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ant says, I'm only 23 years old. Losing doesn't hurt.
And you won a gold medal, so you know what it's like to be a champ. You know what it's like to get to the championship game. NBA side, however, you came up short twice. Knowing what it's like to be on the winning side, how much does it hurt, and what does it feel like to come up short of the finals 2 years in a row?
It's exciting. I don't know why people would think it would hurt. I mean, it's exciting for me. I'm 23. I get to do it a whole bunch of times. I'm hurt more so for myself, for Mike. I came up short for Mike. Like I said, we tried last year. We couldn't get it. We tried again this year. We're gonna try again next year. But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good. Yeah.
Listen, this is getting out of hand, all right? If you guys know my channel, you know I've been championing Ant for a minute now. I've been saying he's, next up. He might be the face of the league.
The thing that Anthony Edwards needs to do at this point is lay low. He needs to focus. He's too great. He's too great of a player, and he's too important to this.
All right, I've been saying this for 2 years, and Ant was progressing. He still has a bright future. Like he said, he's 23 years old, but it's his mentality that is off here, all right? Now, if y'all remember after Game 4, Ant basically said he thought he played well.
I mean, they didn't really let me get too many shots off. They did a good job of that. Every time I had the ball, they showed me a major proud. So just making the right play, getting off of it. And my guys hit shots tonight, so big shout out to them.
So much of you guys play up front to this point was big nights from you and Randall. And this, how did it kind of hit you for the fact that you guys both struggled at the same time tonight?
I don't look at it like I struggled or he struggled. They had a good game plan, making us get off the ball. Especially for me, man, it was super in the gaps. I made the right play all night, so I don't really look at it like I struggled. I didn't get enough shots to say I struggled, so that might be how you guys look at it. But yeah, I didn't struggle at all. I made the right play.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, you keep procrastinating over and over. No, do it right now. Been all day on the phone anyhow. Why are you making it complicated? It's easy.
16 points. All right? 16. Shai had 40. You had him and Randall combining for like 21 points. But Ant talking about he had a good game. He played well. And again, after Game 5, after he gets pressed, does losing hurt? Of course it should hurt. It doesn't matter how old you are. But instead, Ant was all smiles, and he's talking about he's 23, sitting next to his 37-year-old teammate, Mike Conley, who is looking at him like he's basically looking at Ant like I might have hitched my wagon to the wrong horse.
How much does it hurt, and what does it feel like to come up short of the finals 2 years in a row?
It's exciting. I don't know why people would think it would hurt. I mean, it's exciting for me. I'm 23. I get to do it a whole bunch of times. I'm hurt more so for myself, for Mike. I came up short for Mike. Like I said, we tried last year. We couldn't get it. We tried again this year. We're gonna try again next year. But hurting is a terrible word to use. I'm good. Yeah.
You can't sit there talking about it doesn't hurt because I'm only 23 and Conley's sitting right next to you on his last legs trying to win a championship, and he's thinking like, "Dang, it doesn't hurt. All right, maybe I should go, try to ring chase somewhere else, But yeah, this is pathetic from Ant. If I gotta be honest, this is pathetic, and only because, if I remember correctly, Ant was saying that he doesn't really watch basketball, right? Remember when he got drafted, he was saying he doesn't really watch basketball. He's great at it.
Potential top pick Anthony Edwards had a curious quote recently. I want to read it to you guys. He said that leading up to the draft, when he's watching basketball, you know what? Doesn't really watch much if he's not in the game. He said, quote, I can't watch, saying he loves to play it, but he's not into watching as much as, say, his first love, football.
In the history of this game, there's things that happen sometimes. It's superstars that are young that basically take the right steps early in their career, look like they're about to win a championship, and then completely fall off. Not in terms of their game, but in terms of winning. Now, Ant went to the Western Conference Finals twice in the last 2 years, right? But who's to say for the next 10 seasons, Ant never gets back to the Western Conference Finals? That's why you gotta basically play like you'll never get back to that spot ever again. When you're in the NBA Finals, you gotta play like you'll never get back there and try to win as hard as you can. You can't think you're 23 years old and you got the rest of your career ahead of you. You don't know that. You don't know if, the Wolves are going to end up rebuilding around you and, for 10 seasons, you don't win. You're supposed to take this super serious. And of course, you're supposed to be serious about winning. Losing should hurt, no matter what your age is. This is pathetic. And like I said, I have had high hopes for Ant. And I still do. I feel like, he's 23 years old. He's going to take the right steps. But like I said, it's about his mentality. If he doesn't change his mentality, man, it's going to go the wrong way for him, all right? You look at Shai last night, he didn't even want to bask in the glory of going to the NBA Finals. OKC for the first time since 2012. He kept saying, we got more work to do. And when he was asked, you got the MVP, you're heading to the NBA Finals, you got the Western Conference Finals MVP, what's the feeling like? He's just like, he knows he can get better. And he was basically like, he's focused on winning and he's focused on the end goal being winning the NBA Finals.
Kobe Bryant once said the job's not finished, right? 16 are required for a title.
Absolutely.
You've got a dozen. I appreciate that it's just a step in the journey, but what do you and your teammates allow yourself to enjoy most about this significant step?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work to make it this late into the season. A lot of ups and downs, the emotions of the NBA season, the emotion of the playoffs. It's important to be grateful. It's important to enjoy the moment. You never know how many times stuff like this is going to happen, but it's also very important to know that we have more work to do, and I think this group is the perfect group to tackle that mentally.
He didn't want to bask in any glory of winning, the Western Conference Finals. So look at that mentality that Shai has and then compare it to Ant, who's basically saying, I'm only 23. It doesn't really hurt to lose right now. Now, like I said, Ant is one of the best players in this league. He's a superstar. He could be the face of the league and he could win multiple championships, but he's got to fix his mindset. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Peace.